Welcome to the Fitness Professional Online Radio Show, where you get access to fitness industry news, tips, and insights from professionals around the world. Visit us at fitnessprofessionalonline.com. And now your host, Doug Holt.
Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of Fitness Professional Online Radio Show. I am your host, Doug Holt, and I'm excited again to be here with you today. We've got a great show for you and an interview with a marketing guru. So before we get into that, I just want to let you know that we have our next edition of Fitness Professional Online magazine will be released. That will be released October 1st. We're doing the final edits on the editorial pieces, but of course we are releasing new articles every week. Thank you for all of those of you that actually submitted articles for consideration for this issue. Those of you that are asking about future issues, you can go ahead and submit articles or contact Darcy at fitnessprofessionalonline.com. Darcy is the queen of operations here, and she can help you get started and get you online to our article submission process. Without further ado, I want to get you into a great bio with a woman who knows a lot about marketing and communications, Lisa Shaughnessy. Lisa is the creator of AgilitySocialCues.com, the fitness professional's online resource for marketing and social media information. She got the idea for this website as a result of two of her passions, lifting heavy things and marketing, as well as being afflicted with middle child syndrome. The primary manifestation is a pathological desire to help people, whether they want to be helped or not. Every job she's held has been customer-focused and involved problem-solving. Although she used marketing techniques and ideas in most of them, she didn't work in an actual marketing department until her last job. Before that, she was a strategic customer account manager. As she used more marketing ideas as an account manager, she realized that that was the direction she wanted her career to take. She began her master's degree in marketing and a few months later moved to the marketing and communications branch of her directorate. This started her down a path of learning as much as she could about marketing from a variety of sources. Conversations with other marketers, books, online webinars, in-person conferences, and using social media tools and platforms along with real-life experiments. She owns Agility Marketing LLC, which provides marketing and social media strategies and plans as well as social media coaching for fitness professionals, and will be officially launching the Fitness Marketing Q&A show this week. She has 2 marketing ebooks for fitness professionals in the works, which will be published at the end of 2012. She became a regular contributor to Foundersync.com's blog in May of 2012 and our very own Fitness Professional Online in August of this year. In addition to strength training, she enjoys running and is a head coach at a local elementary school for Girls on the Run Nova. GOTR, as it's known, is a fantastic non-profit that encourages girls to be strong, active, and self-confident. Without further ado, let's just jump right into that call. Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Hi, Doug. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. I know you're really busy, and we've had a lot of questions about some of the articles you've written for Fitness Professional Online. In fact, your articles have gotten actually the most response that we've gotten from anybody as of to date. So congratulations on that. It's really exciting.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about your path in the fitness industry and how you got where you are today, because I know that's a question on a lot of people's minds.
Well, actually, until 6 months ago, I was a marketing communications manager with a federal government agency here in D.C. I've always been into fitness, love working out, love lifting. So when I decided to quit my job, my government job earlier this year, blending my love of marketing and fitness just seemed like the logical choice.
Absolutely. Wow. So was it a hard step for you to make that jump from going in from, probably what I'm going to guess is a very secure and distinguished job into jumping into your own business?
No, actually, I've never been afraid of change. If something's not working for me or I'm really not happy with my situation, I always change it. Some people, especially a government job, some people questioned my sanity. For me, it was the right choice. I was completely unhappy. There was no creativity there. I wasn't progressing the way I wanted to professionally, and so I decided to leave.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, can you give us an overview exactly what you do with your current job? I know you're doing a lot of marketing, but give me a little bit more of a background on what you're doing.
Sure. So I work with fitness professionals to create marketing plans and strategies based on their business goals. And while I can still help with offline marketing, which I do to the greater extent, fitness professionals really use social media, online marketing more than offline. So I help them with their social media and creating effective messages to reach their target customer. I also interview fitness professionals for my weekly podcast, the Fitness Marketing Q&A Show, which is probably my favorite part of what I do. Fitness professionals from all over share what they're doing to market their business, what's worked, what hasn't, and things to think about when starting their own business. So my goal with that was to have fitness professionals share and learn from each other, and these interviews have been awesome for that. Every week I have people telling me they picked up a valuable tip or learned something they hadn't known before, and I think it helps to hear that others are going through the same things you're experiencing while running a fitness business.
Absolutely. And speaking on that, Lisa, you have your own podcast, your own radio show that you do, right?
Right, the Fitness Marketing Q&A Show.
Absolutely. And so where would people find that?
Actually, it doesn't officially launch until tomorrow, but when it does, it will be the fitnessmarketingqandashow.com, all spelled out. And there's also an iTunes podcast.
Great. Now, so we're pre-recording this, and so for those that are listening to us, this is already, your show will already be out there available for them. And by the time they listen to this, what they want to do is, while they're listening to this, is go over to iTunes right away or to your website and get that show immediately.
Yes, if you go right to iTunes, you can type in fitness marketing as the category, and hopefully mine will show up somewhere in there.
I'm sure it will be. I'm looking forward to it. I think you got so much great information, and I know I looked at your website to see some of the people that you have on the show, and I think you've got a lot of great people that I want to learn from. So
thanks.
That's great.
I'm very, very excited to have the people I have on just sharing so much information.
Fantastic. Well, kind of switching gears just a notch here, kind of getting back into some of the questions that our team came up with and some of the people that have written into us. When we talk about, the marketing side of fitness, can you give me a little bit more about your background and what kind of got you into that marketing side and how that two things tied together for you?
Well, I've always been very interested in both marketing and fitness. My professional background, as I said, is in marketing and communications, and I just love the art of marketing and figuring out how to communicate with customers, how to help them add value to their experience. And fitness has just been always a part of my life. I love lifting. I love doing everything fitness related. I live a really healthy lifestyle. So just putting the two of those together seemed like a really good fit.
Absolutely. And now, are you mainly working with individual personal trainers, or are you working with larger companies? Who actually seeks your services out, or who are you working with right now?
So right now, my clients are independent personal trainers and owners of small strength and conditioning gyms.
Okay, fantastic. So kind of the smaller people that are looking to actually grow their business, right? I mean, everybody's looking to grow their business, which is really hard right now. But you're working more with the tailored programs to people like myself, I guess, who own a private training studio or private training facility and perhaps have staff under them, as well as the individual strength coach.
Exactly. I'm not looking for the Globo Gym, Planet Fitness, anything like that. I'm really there to help the small business owner understand marketing, understand how marketing fits into their business goals, and what they can do to do it effectively.
That's great. I love that. Absolutely love that. When you're talking with these people, what are some of the steps that you see them, or what are the most common errors that you're seeing when you look or work with a fitness professional or a small studio? What mistakes are they making, and what are the common pitfalls you'd recommend them avoiding?
I think the biggest one is just not knowing where to market or how to market. A lot of people aren't aligning their marketing plans with their business goals. So if their business goal is to get more high school athletes into their gym for their speed and conditioning program, but they're placing ads in a newspaper or, someplace where high school athletes aren't going to be looking, then that's a common pitfall, is not targeting your messages for the client that you're looking for. And another thing is time. A lot of them really don't have the time to dig into marketing, find out what to do, how to do it, and so they don't, which is what my original plan for my website was, to have one resource people can go to. So I have a tab that tells you email marketing services, business resources, links to video and imaging websites, just one place where you don't have to scour the web. You can just go to one place and hopefully find out what you're looking for.
That's fantastic. And you have a beautiful website, by the way. I love it. I was on there earlier today. So well done with that. Tons of information. And we'll go ahead and put a link in the show notes. But while we're here right now, why don't you go ahead and let everybody else know where they can go to find that website?
Well, hopefully it comes across okay on audio. It's agilitysocialcues.com.
agilitysocialcues.com. I found it easy to find, but again, we'll put it in the show notes here for everybody, so it'll just be a click away and it'll make it a little bit easier for them.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the big hot topics with, marketing, it seems to me, are, obviously social media, which I know you're an expert in, and SEO. Do you work with both of those frames, or do you focus on just one in particular?
I don't really focus on SEO. It's not really my target. I mainly focus on social media and messaging. Since my background is communications, I put a lot of emphasis on communicating and crafting the right messages for your audience. I think if you're creating the messages that hit your audience, the SEO will take care of itself. Obviously, you need to, if you have your website and you're writing blog articles or you have your pages, you need to make sure to tag them and put certain information in there. But I don't really dig into that too much.
Okay, perfect. I know a lot of people, that new Penguin update that just came out kind of wiped some people off the map. I've heard some people in some of the forums and emails I've seen. So it's been really interesting. But I also know that the social media has just been such a huge, not only investment for some people, but they've actually seen a big ROI, return on their investment, with utilizing it. I know we utilize it quite a bit, and you do. Are there certain people, and I know you've written about this, so I know the answer to it based on what you've done. We've changed a lot of our practices based on your articles, but for those that are listening that haven't had a chance to read it, are there certain sites that they just should be on, or are there certain sites that they should stay away from? What kind of tips can you give them?
Well, for fitness professionals, especially the ones I target, the small business owners, definitely need to be on Facebook and Twitter. Everybody's there. You need to be able to communicate really quickly with your audience. Twitter is good for that quick communication. Facebook is good for connecting with clients and maybe giving a little bit more information. YouTube as well. You can't say enough about video and images. People would rather look at a video than read something. So you need to have video available, especially in the fitness business, because people want to see an exercise. If they read about doing a back squat, they want to see, am I doing it right? What should I be doing? So I think images is especially powerful for the fitness professional. And while I don't advocate Google Plus as someplace to hang out and post, you really, really do need to at least create a Google Plus profile, because that will help with your search engine rankings.
Absolutely. I mean, Google owns it, right?
Right.
And that's kind of one of the funny things when you think about it. I mean, Google, number one search engine, number two search engine, which most people don't know, is YouTube. And so when you talk about videos, that's obviously huge. And it's something we're trying to get into a lot more. And I see a lot of professionals also delving into.
Right. And video is great because you can do a variety of things with it. You can do your video testimonials. You can film your clients. You can film exercises. Even a quick pan of, if you put new cool art on your wall of your gym, do a nice intro video with that. There's no limit to how you can utilize video.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And like I said, here at our studio, so I own a studio in Santa Barbara, California, conditioning specialist. Give it a little plug there. We're trying to do more and more video, and our goal is to get one up a week. And although we find it hard at sometimes, I think what we found that our staff has done and maybe you can give us some guidance, but you try to go for perfection. And when I look at the other videos that are ranking very high, it's almost just a professional, whether it be fitness professional or another industry, shooting it with a small flip camera or even an iPhone and just getting it out there to the public so people can see it.
Yes, definitely. Just get it out there. Some of the best examples of that are Rick Damon, who has Damon Strength Training in Monaca, Pennsylvania, and this name everybody will know, Zach Evanesh. He's famous for that. He'll just point a camera at you, you start talking, and it's up. It's up in minutes. Or the way he does some of his videos for his email. He basically sits in front of his computer, says, hey, what's up, blah, 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 and posts it. It's not fancy. It's not really edited. Perfection is definitely the enemy of being successful. You need to just get something out there.
I completely agree. And I think it also gives you a personal aspect. It allows people to actually get to know them as a real person, not an actor. We're so used to getting sold to by these, faces that are out there, especially in our industry. And you learn that these people you're seeing on TV aren't even actually fitness professionals or weren't before they actually went on TV. I won't mention any names, but I think we all know quite a few of them if you've been in the industry for a while, as I have. And it's refreshing to talk to people like yourself that are real people who are building a business, who are charismatic, nice, and you get to know them and their personalities. And it's nice to know that other people have the same struggles and, not everybody's being edited with Photoshop at all the whole time. And, it's real. Exactly. People want to relate to people. They don't want to relate to some super polished persona. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's the only thing I'm hoping for my success. I'm not that super polished persona, so hopefully that works out. Exactly. So Lisa, tell me what some of your first steps in turning this idea you had to help others into their business and marketing endeavors into an actual reality. Well, since my sole experience in the marketing field was with the government, learning marketing for the real world was my first step. Basic principles are the same, but there's no room for creativity or learning in the job I had. We basically just did the same few things over and over. So in fall of 2010, I started a master's program in marketing to hopefully set the foundation for moving out of government and doing something more creative and something that I enjoyed more. And around the same time, something happened that really set my path for marketing for fitness professionals. I had a lot of lifting and workout conversations with a coworker of mine, and he had a couple of friends, Jesse Yar and Rob Pietroforte, who had started their supplement retailing business online called OneResult.com. So he was telling people that he knew to check him out, and the gym that I went to catered to high school athletes, and I told them about One Result and how they only sold NCAA legal supplements. And they were interested, because they had high school athletes, so they asked for some brochures or information. And when I asked the 1R guys about it, they said they didn't really have much because they were, starting out themselves. I was in the middle of a marketing project for my class, so I just kind of took a chance and asked if I could use their business for my project so I could have real data instead of just making something up. They're really, really awesome, and for some reason they agreed. It was really a turning point. It amazes me that they just took a chance with somebody they had never, ever met, and they were willing to let me use their business to practice on. So when I was finished with my project, I was hooked on doing this real-life marketing. It was just so creative, and it was just a whole new world had opened up, and it was just so different from my government job. So Jesse, who was my point of contact while I was working on my project, I asked him if he minded if I could keep doing some of my own marketing ideas using his business, and he agreed. He even bounced ideas with me, gave me ideas. It was really an amazing experience. So through those marketing experiments, I got to know more about the supplement and fitness industry and realized how much I enjoyed working with this community and people in the fitness field. A lot of my government coworkers didn't understand my love for lifting or working out or my healthy lifestyle. So finding so many people with the same mindset was just terrific. And so around this time, April, May of 2011, I decided to form an LLC, Agility Marketing, just to start forming a business plan. I didn't really have an actual launch date or formulate the whole idea, but I figured if I kind of put a stake in the ground and
said, okay, I'm going to start a business, then I would make it a reality. So that's kind of where I started out.
That's a fantastic story. That's great. It's a relatively new business, and you already are successful. It's obvious your name's out there. What were some of the biggest challenges you would say in starting out?
So my biggest challenge starting out was not necessarily marketing. It was having my business partner bail on me 2 weeks before our planned launch date.
All right, what was their name? No.
I mean, to his credit, he told me as soon as he realized he wasn't able to spend the time that he needed, but it was still really, took me by surprise. It was just really a difficult time because some of the services we were going to offer were going to be his responsibility, and he was also responsible for creating our website, which I had no clue how to do whatsoever. So my initial challenge starting out was, what do I do when my partners bailed on me and my whole plan had revolved around having a business partner? But I just did it. I learned basic WordPress. I built a really bare bones site that looked horrible. The site that you see now was just launched this week. It's 1,000,000 times better. But yeah, my biggest challenge was regrouping and trying to figure out, what do I do now?
Okay, and obviously you overcame that hurdle, it sounds like, and if you're still working on, which we always are, right? Everybody is. I've been in this industry, 17 years now, and I'm still working on these things. But you've seen to put your best foot forward, obviously, and it's showing. Now, you talked about your biggest hurdle being getting your name out there, one of them. How have you gotten your name out?
Mostly online. I would say 90% of my clients I have found online. I do some networking locally, some business groups, and I found a couple of venues that I can speak at, just small local business groups, speak on what I do. But online has been the biggest thing for me. I put my name everywhere. I fill out every single profile of every social networking site that I'm on. I cross-reference all of my social networking sites. So if you look at my Facebook profile, you'll see all my other links to all my other sites. And I just hustle. I contact people. I talk to them. I'm just always pushing forward.
Absolutely. No, that's great. Are you using any of these social media aggregators like Hootsuite or some of the other ones that are there? I know Ping FM just reinvented their whole platform. Do you utilize any of those, or do you actually switch from one platform to another when you're utilizing, let's say, Facebook versus Twitter versus Google+?
I use, actually, Hootsuite and Buffer App are my two go-to platforms. I use Hootsuite to monitor my LinkedIn, my Facebook, and my Twitter accounts. And Google Plus I added, but it's not that I never look at it. And Buffer App I use to schedule my posts.
Okay. Fantastic. Buffer App. I've never used that one. I've used Hootsuite for a long time, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. Buffer App is great because you can do posts from Facebook and Twitter, and you have, I think, up to 5 scheduling times. So if you want to schedule 5 posts for a day from Twitter, you can just do that in the morning, and you're set to go for the whole day.
Now, you can do that for Hootsuite as well. Is it different between the two, or is it just Buffer App easier to use?
Up until recently, Hootsuite was a little more complicated with that. You had to do I don't remember what it was called, but you had to do some file. And I know they recently changed it, which I haven't looked into that hard. But I love Buffer App. The interface is great. It makes it really easy. You can do analytics on all of your links. I just like it. It's just been an easier interface for me.
Which is always important when you're especially monitoring as many profiles as you are for yourself and probably other people, I'm going to guess.
Right.
Okay, well, that's great. That's a great tip. It's one I didn't know about. Fantastic. And I'll put that also at the bottom of this for everybody else to look into that's listening into this. Kind of moving right along on the same track of thought and, skipping around a little bit as well, but what do you think has made you successful? I mean, there's a lot of people that leave their job, go for their dream, and, well, frankly, kind of fall flat on their face, and as soon as they hit a road bump, they stop. What do you think that's made Lisa so successful in this first year coming out? I mean, I see you on the internet. People know your name already. Give me a couple tips for those listening, take-home points that they can utilize.
You know what? I don't know what's made me so successful. I guess never giving up. If there's something in my way, I push through it. I go around it. I'm really flexible. I don't let anything really get to me. If somebody says no, I move on. I move on till I find somebody who says yes. And I think making a lot of personal connections has actually really helped my success. I've connected with people online that I've done interviews with who have then connected me with somebody who, say, has more people in their network. So I think just always keep moving and never giving up has really been what's made me successful.
That's fantastic, man. It's always the way to do it, just like working out, right? Just keep going.
Right.
Consistency is key. As someone that promotes social media, how has social media played a factor in marketing about social media for you?
Right. That's kind of a funny question. Obviously, I use social media, but it's been great because as I learn, social media, there's always something new coming out. It's updated, it's changed, Facebook changes what they're doing 10 million times a day. So I think having to keep up with social media to help my clients helps me keep up with social media to help my business. So it is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an odd question.
It is an odd question. I grant it. It's one we came up with here in the studio, so we thought it would be fun to ask you.
So that it makes a bit audio.
It's a tough question to get around. We'll move on. So Lisa, where do you see the fitness industry going, and where do you see it heading? And give us a little glimpse of the future as you see it.
Marketing in the fitness industry? Well, I don't know where the fitness industry is heading, but as far as marketing, I just see more people coming together and helping each other. We have so many ways to connect. I've connected with people in New Zealand, Europe, or Canada, everywhere. I just see that, and hopefully what I see is less competition and people trying to outdo each other and more cooperation and helping each other, because Lord knows there's more than enough people in the world that need the fitness industry. So nobody is going to lose anything by helping other fitness professionals get ahead. In fact, I think it will help the fitness industry because it will help weed out maybe some people who are less honest or maybe too self-promotional online. So I'm hoping that as more people come together and work together and connect online, that we'll see an elevation of the way people view the fitness industry. Because I know that there are some negative thoughts just in the general population, and it's only due to a couple of sort of bad apples. And I think it'll be really great to have more people come together that aren't like that, so people can see that the fitness industry is awesome and that people just want to help people get healthy and stay fit and active for the rest of their life.
Fantastic. I love that. Absolutely love that. Last question, Lisa, and I appreciate you taking the time. I really do. But last question before you go, where do you see Lisa 2 years from now?
Wow. I honestly can't think 2 weeks ahead, but 2 years. I don't know. I hope to just keep doing what I'm doing, connecting fitness people, working with those in the fitness industry. I've met so many awesome people. I want to be a part of this. I want to help people see that marketing isn't a dirty word, which I'm not really sure. I don't understand. A lot of people are afraid of marketing, and maybe it's because they don't understand it, or it's been sold as too complicated. You need this multi-million-dollar fitness marketing system to be successful. No, you don't. You need to add value, be honest, and provide your clients with the best possible service. So what I'm hoping is to be part of changing the way people think of fitness marketing and hopefully help them realize it's nothing to get stressed over, and that if they just be themselves and do the best they can, the marketing will come.
Fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Synergy is everything. Well, Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time. And for those listening to the podcast, please take the time to go to the Fitness Marketing Q&A show. Again, that's on iTunes right now. We did record this a little bit earlier for it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'm on your show.
Actually, yes, you are going to be the inaugural Fitness Marketing Q&A show interview that airs on tomorrow, Thursday the 13th. I do have 4 episodes that I carried over from my website. I initially did these and just posted them as blog posts. and realize that they really did need their own home. So there's 4 episodes right now, but yours will be the first for the actual fitness marketing Q&A show.
You can only go up from there, right? So you can only improve with that kind of guest.
You're an awesome interview.
Thank you. All right, Lisa, again, thank you so much for being with us. And if anybody else wants to reach Lisa, I'll have her contact information at the bottom of this, and they can touch base with you there as well as your website.
Thank you so much. I have really enjoyed being here and talking with you. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Lisa. That puts another show in the books. For those of us here at fitnessprofessionalonline.com, we wanted to thank you for joining us today. Please continue to submit your questions via email at radioshow@fitnessprofessionalonline.com or call our hotline at 805-500-6893. Of course, you can also reach out to us on Facebook. We're always happy to see those posts on there. And when you get a chance, go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. We'd love to keep you informed of what's going on in the industry, events at fitnessprofessionalonline.com, and special promotions that we'll be giving out based on some of the vendors in the industry. With that, have a healthy and happy day.
Thank you for listening to the Fitness Professional Online Radio Show. You can share your thoughts and join the discussion on this episode by going to our website or on facebook.com/fitproonline. Let us know what you'd like to hear on future shows. And please feel free to contact us via email or give us a call at 805-500-6893. We look forward to hearing from you.